This mini PC is the AuBox from Chuwi and connectivity is excellent on it. So I'm currently running 4 monitors. I can run 5 if I use the Waveshare dual monitor setup. And if I can find my mouse, here it is on the right hand screen. So I can drag this onto any of these screens and it's all working. I can play a game. So this is a Ryzen powered mini PC. And the connectivity is excellent. It's a bit bigger than other mini PCs, but I like that because it seems to be able to keep itself cooler, especially under stress. If you're looking for a more minimal setup, this is just power going in, USB-C out, which is powering this touchscreen monitor, and we have a very nice, neat setup. So let's have a look at the key specs on this. So the main thing is the processor. So this is a Ryzen 7 8745HS. With Radeon 780M, definitely suitable for gaming as a mini PC. So if we go to Steam Deck Verified, we can see a list of games that run with Steam Deck, and you also get a load of tips on how to make them run better on integrated graphics. So you really don't need a separate graphics card for gaming. Obviously it's going to be better with a dedicated powerful graphics card, but this mini PC costs less than a lot of graphics cards. So this is £331 at the moment on the Chuwi store. I haven't found it on Amazon yet, but I'll put links in when they come available. But the reason I'm showing the Steam Deck is because it's similar architecture. So if games run on the Steam Deck, they will run on this mini PC. And if we go to CPU Monkey, we've got the comparison between the 2023 Steam Deck and this processor. So it's a newer generation, so generation 7. We have double the amount of cores and double the amount of threads, and the frequencies are all higher on the CPU and the GPU. We also have the AI side of it, so 16 TOPS of AI power, and a load of other extras that are improvements. And power-wise, because this is a mini PC with a nice power brick, we've got 45 watts of power compared to 15 watts on the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck has to be a portable device. It also is in a smaller form factor and it runs on batteries, so it's key to keep the power low. But that means that you don't get as good a gaming performance as you would get on a mini PC. And when we look at the benchmarks, so things like multi-core performance, we've got about 3 times the performance. Cinebench, nearly double. And we've got about 3 times the performance on multi-cores. It really does perform so much better than the Steam Deck. And this is not to diminish the Steam Deck. I think the Steam Deck is amazing. But I will be trying out a similar OS. I'm going to try some Linux later on in the video with Bazzite, because the performance on games is supposed to be better than Windows, but I will be playing some games in Windows as well. So Windows 11 Pro is pre-installed. We've got Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1 and dual 2.5G LAN. We've also got 4 monitor outputs. As I showed earlier on, I got 5 monitors because I've got the Waveshare, which uses just one USB-C DisplayPort output, but gives you 2 monitors. We've got a fan on the base and also this vent here as well, which seems to be very effective. There's also quite a lot of space between the feet and the base of the unit, and I think all things like that really help, and the fact that it is a bigger mini PC than the normal ones, because with all this extra power you need space and efficient cooling. The USB-C on the back looks like it also supports power as well, so I'll be trying that in a second. And it compares to various other mini PCs. I tested a 6900HX and was impressed with it in a recent video, but this is considerably faster again. So expansion wise, although it's got 16 gig at the moment, it can go up to 64 gig of RAM. And you can have up to 2 terabytes of SSD with dual slots. And it definitely is quiet, so the cooling on it is decent. When I was playing all the Windows games on it, which I've already done there later on in this video, it really didn't get loud at all. Some others do. Quite a few mini PCs come with this. So it's got an adapter to fit to a VESA mount. So if your monitor has got 4 holes on the back of it, it's designed to be wall mounted, but that also means you can put your mini PC on the back of it. I think that's a lot better than getting an all-in-one PC, because it means you can just swap out your mini PC, because people don't tend to change their monitor very often. And connectivity wise, so we've got a 3.2 USB-C socket here. We've got a couple of 3.2 Type A sockets, barrel jack for power in, but also that USB-C looks like it supports power as well. 3.5mm audio jack, DisplayPort output, HDMI 2.1, couple of USB 2s, and there's the two 2.5G Ethernet connections. So I guess that means I've got a bit of a portable gaming setup. So with this 14-inch touchscreen monitor, so I need a monitor connection and then the power bank. This is a Ugreen 130 watt power bank, which should be able to power it no problem at all. So if we power up, I could use this, but I think I'm going to use the proper mouse and keyboard just because it's easier. Yeah, so touchscreen. I can log in and all of that's going to work fine. So it's currently fluctuating between around about 30 and 50 watts. So now I'm using up both of my USB-C sockets. I'm going to plug a little adapter onto this USB-C USB stick and pop it in here. So this has got a load of operating systems on it. So if I power up and start tapping F7, Secure Boot isn't enabled by default, which I quite like because it means I can try all sorts of Linux distributions and various different things. So if I select my Orico drive, so this is Ventoy, and these are all operating systems. So I've got Battistera, Bazzite, Bliss OS, Kubuntu, KDE Neon. But if we go for Bliss OS, just to show a bit of Android, so this is running from the USB stick, and we go for the live version. It looks to be loading up fine. And we can pick our launcher, so we'll go with Bliss Launcher and always. And now we have Android running on this little mini PC. Again, still running from battery. So that's nice to see. Right, let's shut that down. And you can shut it down by pressing the power button. And then we can do power off. And if I power it on and press F7 again, so I can pick the Orico drive, and then I'm going to pick Bazzite, and this would be the way you would install it onto the drive that's in there, but I'm not going to do that. So it comes up with install Bazzite or test Bazzite. You can see it comes up with all the normal install options. Well, I've already got it installed on an NVMe which is in here. This is a Chuwi MiniBook which is based on the N150. It's a 10.5 inch, and I love this little laptop. It is so cool. So this is running Steam OS, or similar to Steam OS. It's Steam OS and Linux in the same sort of bundle. So this is KDE Plasma it's running on. But if I shut that down, I haven't got any screws in this because I knew I was going to take the drive out again. So there's an NVMe drive in here. I'm going to put this inside the Chuwi box. Let's grab that out. And I can shut this down. Unplug everything. And the screws, I think these holes lead down to the screws. Yeah, they're ordinary Phillips screws in there. They're quite deep down in there. There we go, didn't come off super easy. Oh, and the NVMe drive was using the aluminium lid for cooling. So you can see there's a thermal pad on there. Oh, it has got two 2280s. I couldn't tell that from their picture. So I can take one out, and this would be the RAM underneath here. So let's take that NVMe drive out. Actually, no, let's boot with both, because I can use F7 to boot it to Bazzite, so I can have dual boot operating system. I often find you're better off to take Windows out if you're installing an operating system, so I did this on the laptop. So I installed it straight to this NVMe drive, but I often find if you install it and you've got Windows already in there, it kind of messes with the installation. So I like to take out this drive, install Linux on that, and then pop the Windows drive back in, and then everything's more smooth. So, which way around? That way around, because that's got all the connections. Well, that goes on better now. So this one for the monitor, and this one for the power. Or you can use the power brick that comes with it, which is this nice chunky one with a very thick cable and a nice sized barrel jack. So I'm never a fan of the barrel jacks, are very slim. This is really chunky, so you're not going to break that by accident. So it's 19 volt, 6.3, so 120 watts. So again, start up, tap F7, and Bazzite is showing up. That's the second NVMe drive. So I'm going to just show setup because I haven't showed the BIOS yet. And if we go to advanced, we've got all sorts of options: auto power on, BIOS flash enable, all the security bits, and secure boot was disabled on this one. And there's also an option to be able to turn off different drives. So, yeah, this one probably. Yeah, so you can see both M.2 slots are enabled, but you could disable one of those if you didn't want it to show up. Let's quit out of that. Tap F7 again. So now I can pick Fedora or Bazzite, and this is really a Linux gaming system. I haven't changed the password yet, so Bazzite. And we have KDE 6, so if I go to terminal, I think NeoFetch was already installed. So Bazzite 41, this is KDE Plasma 6.3.4, using Wayland. And I quite like the way the terminal has these extra instructions in here, so you've got UJust, gives you all the available commands. So if there's various different things you want to change or install, so we've got a benchmarking app in here, BIOS information, configuring NVIDIA, display link installation. But I think what I'll do is just launch Steam and then go view and big picture, and then it's like a Steam Deck. So especially good for small displays. Now, I'm not sure I've got any super hard to run games on this, but I've seen some videos where they're saying that games are definitely getting better FPS running through this. Metro would probably be a good one to show because that's probably the most advanced graphics ones I've got. Let's go for WRC7. So you can see it says available for Windows. So if I hit install, it won't do it at the moment because this is running Linux now. So we have to go to properties, compatibility, and force compatibility. I'll just leave it on the standard option, but you have loads of different options. So if I go back now, I should be able to install it. Oh, if I plugged in the Ethernet cable. So Ethernet's plugged in, let's try that. If you press the Windows key and go up top left, it minimises all of your windows that you've got open. I like that as a feature. And we also have the Discover store, so if you want to install, say for instance, emulators on there or games, you can. Okay, so that's finished. Let's launch the game. Okay, so it looks decent. It's quite a difficult handling on it. It's maybe I've just picked a track that's very unforgiving. It's very tight, and obviously it's on some sort of sandy surface. But yeah, it's coping with that fine. I can't really look at the FPS counter. I'll put it big on the screen. 48, 46. And it's picked all of the settings automatically, so I haven't changed anything. Yeah, that's decent. I'm happy with that. Right, let's stop that and have a look at. Can I look at the car? Yeah, that looks pretty decent. I've already caused quite a bit of damage to it. And if we look around, oh, there's another car there. Look. Yeah, that's impressive. Right, so what are we looking at? Options, video. So we're 1920 by 1080, 60 Hertz, and everything's on high. So I think I'm going to try some Windows games now. So Ghostrunner 2 was free on Epic Games a while ago. Not quite sure when this came out. And it's asking for a dedicated graphics card. Yeah, 2023. So I'm using mouse and keyboard at the moment. Let's have a little look around first of all, see how the graphics look. It does look good and feels really responsive. So we're getting about, what, 40 FPS at the moment. This way? Ooh. Okay, I didn't really know what was going on there. Right, also, okay. Failure, resume. Okay, so we can run along the sides here. That'll take a bit of getting used to. And I can see an enemy there. Dispatched quite easily. Oh, okay, that worked. Right, have either of these got guns? Doesn't look like, oh, he's not looking at me. Oh, yeah, that's coping nicely. It feels nice and responsive. Let's show you the settings. There's plenty we could do to get more FPS. So resolution was 1920 by 1080. The resolution scale was on 50, so 960 by 540. Still looked really nice though. And I've changed some of these settings, so shadow, texture, effects are all on medium. But I think it looks pretty decent. Let's try a bit of Fortnite. So it's asking to apply the best settings, so let's go with confirm and we'll see what it comes up with. So I'm not sure if it's got the settings right. 48 FPS, that's not too bad at 1080. What is that? Don't see anybody. The distance is good. I don't even know what this weapon does. Should we just try it anyway? Oh. Oh. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nice not to have had to do anything with the settings at all. But yeah, this is just great. I would say it's not stuttering at all, so I would probably just leave it at this. I know it's not quite 60, I suppose it is 60 around about now. It's dropping a bit driving, so 45, 50. Again, this is on, I would say, really quite a nice detail level. You could definitely drop this. Someone down there. Try the big one. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I got someone else. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. Oh dear. Right, what have I got? How did I survive that? What is that? Cybertruck. Oh, just in time as well. Is it? Oh. Yeah. The sound of this. Does it do anything? Oh, I still need health as well, don't I? You can't do anything to my Cybertruck. It's bulletproof. What happened there? Okay, 7th will do. But that was fine. Happy with that. And, oh, that's who got me. Okay, well my health was low. So if we go to the settings, full screen 1920 by 1080, I capped it at 60, 3D resolution was at 72%, shadows on medium, some of these are off, view distance was far, which was good, textures and effects were medium. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Obviously there's loads of things you can tweak on Fortnite to make it run better, but that looked really nice and played well as well. So this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I've been playing around with the settings to try and get the sort of best results from it. So at the moment you can see about 30 FPS. I could lower things a lot more, but it's such a beautiful game that you kind of want to see it as it is. And it's certainly playable at this rate, but if you really wanted more frames then you would just lower quite a few of the settings. As you can see, it's such a lovely big environment, and it still feels pretty smooth. We jump on a horse. Oh. Oh dear, that wasn't great riding, was it? Where am I supposed to be going? Down here? Can I go under there? No. So at the moment the settings, here we have a look. So screen is set to 1600 by 900, and the graphics quality, so most things are on medium. So plenty of room there to be able to adjust it if I wanted to. If I press Alt and Z, brings up this, which is all to do with the AMD GPU side of things. So this is to improve latency and performance for gaming. We can do quality, we can do low power, so if you're using a laptop, and you have all of this monitoring as well, just loads of it. You can probably just about, I don't know if you can hear it, my microphone is about a foot away from the mini PC. Obviously it's working hard because it's playing a game, but it's nice and quiet. That bigger design is definitely allowing for better cooling. And we can have a look around. So I thought I'd try some PlayStation 2, and I know that this processor is way more powerful than PlayStation 2, but I've seen a few TikTok videos where they've upped the resolution, and in this case we've got Panda Venom with an HD remaster, so you can really get it to look much better than the original. So let's play the original first, native PlayStation 2 resolution. Let's go with 60 Hz. So you can see at 60 FPS it looks lovely and smooth, but not very good graphics at all. So what I'll do is save the state so I can go back to that. And I think this is probably downloaded. It has. Graphics, and we're going to go with 1440 should be good. Download and extract to the PC SX2 texture folder. So it's in the documents folder, PC SX2 and textures. So let's paste that in. So let's try naming this the same, but this is for the US version and I've got the European version. 02584. If it doesn't work, I'll just show it at the higher resolution. That still looks really good anyway. Just run it at the higher resolution. Already looks really crisp. That's without doing any of the textures or anything else. I mean, already it looks amazing, although, okay, it's definitely slower. What are we on, 29 FPS? Okay, let's drop the resolution a bit. That does look cool though. And we'll go with 3 times, so 1080. Still a lot better than native. Well, that's better. Straight away, 47 FPS, so we're still losing a bit. So you can see our PlayStation 2 can look really decent. Now, let's try some of these texture packs. Rendering, manual hardware render fixes. Well, that changed. And then we get a hardware fixes tab, and in skip draw range it says to put in 7. Texture replacement, load textures. Okay, that's not the right effects for this game. Crikey, that's psychedelic. Oh, it's looking alright now though. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so I need to play around with this more and maybe use the exact game it was designed for with the right region version and everything. So if I close that game, Dave Mirror also looks great. Couldn't find any texture packs for this. This is a game I play loads, and as you can see, as it is now, it looks awful. No, I think I got away with 1440. And I haven't played around with any of the settings. There's some weird artifacts going on, but as you can see, you can definitely improve the game a lot, and it really doesn't start to look like a PS2 game when it's running at a much higher resolution and perfectly smooth at 50 FPS, which is what this is meant to be running at. Just love the height you can get on this. Oh. So the videos I've been watching are gaming memories on TikTok, and this was part 83, was the Burnout one. If you're interested in doing that, it looks amazing, and some of these other games look incredible, even though they're PS2. So very impressed with this one. I really like the fact that it's a bit larger, but that definitely keeps it a bit quieter. Thanks very much to Chuwi for sending me this to test. It's worth noting that the fan definitely stayed on a lot longer in Linux, so I maybe need to tweak the settings on Linux. In Windows, it was almost never on, and if it was on, it was only on for a little bit, and it was very quiet. With Linux, it seemed to be on more constant, so it was more noticeable, but at no point was it particularly loud, but it's just something worth noting. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.